Okay. Hopefully mic settings are... it's a little loud. Hopefully mic settings are a bit better tonight. Still got the new mic coming in a few days, but I tinkered with them a little bit. Hey, Frosty. Restorative catfish. Yes. I believe this is... Oh, this is the Into the Breach OST. I don't know if he also did FTL. I think he did. Let's take a silver item. The shrimp. The shrimp. I think this works. Pretty sure this works. Someone yesterday was saying just catfish beats the Viper fight. And this board is significantly better than just catfish.
Waste of gunpowder.
We are getting some cool stuff. Like a honing steel for the Fang.
Mine is highly concentrated. Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
I think all of these.
You want to buy
for the Fang.
I mean, excellent choice.
Probably worth picking up.
Suits you beautifully.
I will. You'll be here when you get back, as long as computer doesn't explode again.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
I mean, okay amount of poison. Probably not a can beat healthy order amount of poison, but yeah. Messed up. Random haste item for the catfish. Zorkin.
Another empty chest.
You have poisons instead of
waiting to be
burns.
filled.
I'm gonna take the improved toxins.
Maybe I'm getting better at this.
Don't really want to play it. Just do something like this. Mr. Net. A really dumb question that you want your perspective on, because I'm a reasonable person. Okay.
See that plank? Walk it.
Don't need that one.
The smaller the portions, the finer the meal. Remember, diamonds come in small boxes. Tell everyone you gotta feed.
Seashell. I still don't have XP. What are my playables right now? I'm putting 2 more items in. It's just these 2. It's not like these do anything for me either. There's the level. Maybe the bronze item from the level up gets me a playable.
Place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
Or we just take 8 gold. Or to not just take 8 gold. Makes seaweed a little better. Makes seashell a little better. Items themselves do basically nothing, but...
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend.
Looking for
on
catfish. It
Pelago.
breaks the silencer, which, I don't know, maybe that's fine, but... God. Fantasy Flight Games has released an update to their tournament rules for Star Wars Unlimited. Among the rules is that you can get a severe punishment for having open sores, visible wounds. What do you think happens if someone gets stabbed mid-tournament? They are now breaking the rules. I imagine they just ask you to leave the venue. A couple rounds I can sell.
I love this company. I love the company's owner. If I can just sell 1,000 more, our owner might notice me. You came all the way here. You might as well stock up.
How do I scale this fang?
Smart shoppers find vintage. You don't
Helps a little bit.
ignore suckers. If you want mint condition, you're at the wrong shop.
Should be enough shield pressure. 2.2 second cooldown, 25 damage.
The sparks! They're everywhere!
Imagining a bunch of Star Wars nerds waiting to shiv people to get their selected player to win. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what inspired that rule to be added to the rule set. It does seem like a strange one.
Turn the lights off when you leave.
Hey, Ladrian.
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
10 damage. Why not 20 damage? Only want 1 weapon. Think I take it? I think I take
There are
it.
greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
They're playing Ambergris. go Big Bite. Sores, visible wounds definitely means you can bandage and not get eliminated. Yeah, that's how I would read into it too. It's just like, how often has this come up that it is now in the rulebook?
Discounts for peace.
Going to guess once, but very notably? Maybe. Maybe.
Use that for the good of all.
Only has to happen once. I feel like that's not true, but... I feel like things don't become part of tournament policy until they happen at least with some regularity.
I may be young for a captain.
Like, you can leave a
but
lot
I've
up
seen my
to
share of
judge
swords.
discretion.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Yeah, like, the hygiene rules in Yu-Gi-Oh! Did not come from one instance. New patch when? Like 12 hours, I think? No.
All cannon, no ball.
The wound at quarters mid-tournament where they wouldn't have the coverings for it? I mean, you go to the first aid kit that I would hope every card store has. The loudest ever been. It's a bit on the loud side. God, it is actually very on the loud side. It's a small dial tweak. Still dialing in mic setting. I'm replacing the mic in a couple days. Everything has been fucked.
Decide your destruments.
Let's, I guess, take the coral.
Glad we could share this experience.
Grab the pearl. I don't think I care about jelly upgrade. Though, I guess if we're trying to win by poison,
I can
it is
feel
free
our
too.
energies resonating. You are enough, friend.
This can scale the Toxic Fang, just very slowly. Is Catfish upgrade and any haste giver? I already skipped the water wheel. I want to build more on the Toxic Fang than the Catfish. Yeah, we started Enchanted Catfish.
Some people just need a good whack.
Sustain a substantial wound mid-tournament? Well, it doesn't say that the wound has to be substantial, right? Like, it sounds like if you have a paper cut that's uncovered and it's bleeding, you are subject to the roll.
Anyway, I've got to get back to work.
And I imagine Star Wars tournaments feature plenty of paper cuts. Pearl over shell. Is it better? 102 versus 20. Pearl's probably like double or triple the speed. It would still be worse. Makes your bronze seaweed a bit better.
Ah, place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
When you're ready, I'll send
Left-handed
it to you.
acquired.
But I'll keep you as long as I can.
Can't remember the last time you had a paper cut you would describe as bleeding. I don't know the last time I had it happen either, but I've definitely had it happen. Help the jelly too. Yeah, the jelly's not really doing that much anyway. I think this is like twice as much shield than the pearl. I think that's better than whatever benefits you're getting from jelly or seaweed.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Looking forward to the new patch because it will free you from the miserable enchanted item start you got yourself into. I mean, I don't know. Enchanted items are nice casually. Get into some real crazy games with enchanted items. Sure, like half the games are just complete throwaways, but when you get a cool one, the game's pretty sweet. Mac Day, am I gold, skill, or income? Oh, gold, skill, or income? That's a good question. On release day, probably still gold skill. Unless something changes with the starts. There's just so much power in gold skill. I don't know how you don't take gold skill if you're trying to win. If anything, when you don't know what to do on the character, gold skill's even better. Because it's just so much power and gives you direction to build around.
Your aura guided me to what you needed. Use that for the good of all.
Like income on Pig. Yeah, I think income is justifiable on Pig. I think it's probably only justifiable on Pig. Is it gonna be a rank reset? I think so.
Come to lay gold at my altar.
Yeah, Pig just has an easier time. Well, there's two reasons why I think gold income on Pig is fine. The main one is that Pig has an easier time just like turning gold into something useful with items like Regal Blade and Dog. It's very easy to just turn gold into raw stats. But also, it's just when you're playing the most powerful character, having more gold lets you do the things you want to be doing on that powerful character more consistently. Like, you don't need the power spike from your skill, from a gold skill, when your character is already just stronger.
You move.
Fever Commander.
Breathe. You enemy.
Mind being open to everything till we fully know what Matt gets together and would want to skill for. Sure.
Tell Queen that I ever lose.
I don't know. There's just so much power in gold skill. Nufu sells skills. Maybe I can get some damage.
Great potential. Let the
guess that's
bazaar
damage.
is a rabid beast. Be its master.
Maybe the slow one was better. Or win dually. What does that mean? Probably that we're losing.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble
Patron
with
should cut
nobody.
Nufu. Oh, interesting. Anything to win drill? No, okay. There's a lot of monster skills they have over there. We got there. We got there. What's that? Rust, Counter-Strike. Anything to win, lash out. Pig is fun, but the problem is kind of merchanty and opportunistic. You're either slowly winning or you're going to lose hard. Not exactly sure what you mean by that. Let's upgrade the silencer again. Does the overlay on the top left work? It's a speech recognition. Whenever I say a card name like Star Chart, if it wasn't one of the last 5 card names that I said, and it recognizes that I said it. Oh, it recognized that I said it. Yeah, I think it's nice to have. People seem to like it. It makes it look like I'm doing real editing for my YouTube videos too, which I would never. JJ sells items. I have 24 gold. I don't want to go to Aerodrome.
And sometimes I sell stuff.
The Vanessa's
Happy to make a
amulet.
sale.
Try to work our way towards getting a carry set up. What do I get? I get +3. Also pays for
So,
itself.
How about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Yeah, I would love a Twitch overlay. They said one was being worked on since, like, November, but who knows when that'll actually release.
I love
That was Toxic Bank or single weapon
It is my
builds.
job
I have
to make you strong.
one time played single weapon Toxic Fang and had it work.
Ancient Wormcat technique destroyed many Sphinxians.
Shall I gift wrap it for you? Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless. You're a smart one. For your
Birdie shield?
size.
This Glamour also doesn't really do anything. It probably does more right now. Let's just play the Pearl. Unranked and ranked feel really different. Not as much as they did at the start of open beta. I think there are more unplayably bad boards in the unranked pool than in the ranked pool.
I
But
may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
I think the average board that you run into is maybe like 30% weaker, 20% weaker. Sell seaweed to find non-bronze one. Do I even want to seaweed on this board long term if I'm trying to do like single weapon stuff? Ow. I feel like holding on to the seaweed just to blacklist smalls to make finding the diamond silencer a bit easier. Makes more sense.
What am I? A soldier!
Yeah, I think at the start of open beta, unranked was
I lost a limb in every
significantly easier.
I'll regrow
But now
this
it's
one too.
only a little bit easier than it was in closed beta, I think. It'll be fine. Nanobot DPS rush is quite powerful. Yeah, nanobots are menace through the mid game. They go real fast. Yeah, there's only so many tickets. A lot of people don't want to spend gems on ranked entry when they're trying to save gems for more heroes too. So as you run out of tickets from the battle pass, you're going to play more unranked, which drags more people to the unranked pool
Spineless as a
rather than just
jellyfish.
people that want to meme around.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew.
Health and shield items.
The world
Maybe
is
there's some
pretty
weird
scary.
enchantment.
You might want some armor.
Gilded figurehead. Time when the update comes out. I think it's in like 12 hours. I'm not sure how long the downtime is going to be. Playing a vehicle or large item.
We've barely scratched the surface of the Outlands.
Shiny Shoeblade. Toxic Shark Claws. Are pretty bad. It's a lot of things that don't blacklist pretty easily. Could sell the hamburgers if I have to. Forest Chariot for +3 value. It's pretty good. It's Mantis Shrimp's not blacklisting.
Who were the people who left these things behind?
Well, it might not look it, but we are now rich.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist, you should know I'm a bit of
Unranked
a
seriously to get
legend
better
on
at pigs
Pilado.
specifically, so it doesn't feel like you're wasting tickets when you get them. Yeah, there's probably more people doing that now than there were at the beginning of open beta. Patch notes until the update. Oftentimes that's the case, yeah. Usually don't get patch notes until, like, the patch is happening.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Only a couple times have we gotten them early. If you lose your first 2 PvP in a Vanessa run, is it time to think about a certain late game board to be able to get high wins, or is it just any strong board you can fit together and pray for 4 or 7 wins? It kind of depends what you have. Like, in the back of your mind, you have to keep in mind that you lost the first 2, so you're going to need to win late if you want to get to 10 wins, but it's also important to be strong day to day so that you don't need to win even later. Like, the ammo board can still just win on day 12. Like, single weapon is still fine on day 12. Aquatics still fine on day 12. Like, you don't necessarily need a late pivot to win on day 12.
Down and goes up. Just
But certainly losing early makes you
Punish the
want to stay more open to the late pivots. Like, maybe pick up that heated shells when you see it on 6 if you're playing ammo to make sure that you can powder keg. Whereas if you're 6-0, it's not as important to make sure that you've got the keg pivot available.
I'm so glad we could
I
share
don't know.
this experience today.
Let's see what's in the disguise.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
Very good.
You look like a hardy one. Need some work?
No vehicles, no large items. Powder keg just destroys itself for the fight. That's cool.
That looks like the Cretaceous era.
Huh. I want heal enchants. Chance on Metro don't matter when you're not drilling. Probably even random enchant here. Pearl. I guess now I don't want this blacklisted. Wouldn't mind playing a higher tier of that. Artist Coral. Got 122 on it. I guess it's not the worst. I think I'd rather throw it on
Space
Pearl.
is my canvas, and time is my paint.
Interesting. I wish the catfish was upgraded now. Yeah. Do we have the damage for dragon? I have no idea. Kind of lean towards no, but I'm down to try. Silly me leaning towards no. Imagine only leaning towards no.
I might need to cut back on the grog.
Charge another small item for 3 seconds. Oh, these items. No, I just lost to you. You're killing me. Maybe we can... I think crits are saving it. Make Fang faster. Does that do it? Slow might help. It's such a bad slow, though. Actually, trying this maybe. Well, that time they high rolled the Dragon Heart. I
My ship, my failure. My will to get stronger.
can't do much about that. This was a better board for the fight. I don't know, let's just play this one.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
It's worse than Amulet plus Metronome. 15% CDR versus much more CDR and Haste. Is it much more CDR and Haste? I don't have a good Metronome. Like, the Metronome's not full haste uptime.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
goes off about every 2 seconds. The pearl gets a bit slower when you have to put it on the other side of the figurehead. Yeah, I guess it's maybe... a little bit more crit, too.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you. See that mountain? That's Paul.
Maybe.
He might have what you need.
Greetings, mortal. What can
Turbo
I get you?
Lighthouse. Is not the right enchant. Toxic Water Wheel. When you use an adjacent item, poison 2. Yeah, neither of the setups for beating the dragon. I think the star chart wins if they don't high roll the dragon heart buff, but I could be wrong. But like either setup needs them to not high roll the dragon heart buff.
And what will you buy instead, mortal?
Sniper pivot. Sniper pivot's not real.
Wicked?
I am not a believer. The sniper doesn't go in until we're level 16. And we don't really have anything for it other than the silencer. Better haste up time on the pearl than we do on the fang.
Was that even a battle?
Here's the
Maybe a
seaweed.
skirmish.
After day 13? After day 7. Like, you really need to use the... either buy it at gold or use your silver upgrade on it. But even then, it's often not going in until it's diamond. It's such an awkward thing to pivot around.
The tyrant can keep the 10 seas, and may his bones sink to the... No,
Damage?
get out of here before someone sees you.
People first, profit 10. I get it. You're busy.
Oh boy.
Enjoy your purchase.
Silver figurehead's just not it, too. We can win this fight. We can hopefully get to 13 tomorrow. Aquatics, more pearl
My
casts,
fight
more
isn't with you.
freeze. The freeze is so bad. It only freezes smalls. It doesn't do anything in most fights. Speaking of not doing anything, it appears this opponent is also not doing anything. That's cool. And like a free extra harpoon, though. Does someone else want to tell him about the playability of harpoon? No, but like it does get started faster. It's just there's not really many comps that care about their smalls. Like none of the late game pig comps care. Or like they're playing so many smalls that you're not reliably getting much out of it.
Come on in. Let's chat.
Wouldn't it be better if it was 0 slots instead of 2? That's true. Hey, look, a shipwreck.
Yeah, if that doesn't work out for you, come back for a refund.
So how are we winning? Wait, what I needed.
Reuse, recycle, relax.
We don't need the star chart anymore. We can chariot all this junk
You're
again.
doing your part to clean up the bazaar. Hooey! Now that's a bargain.
No haste duration. Oh hey, our Fang upgrades.
Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
Bronzeness of the catfish is very sad. Yeah, it is.
I came here to trade, not conquer, but I may reconsider.
Tempting to just sell the catfish. Try to find a gold one even if it's not enchanted.
Pitiful appearance. That was a trick.
It's just I have no win condition if I do that.
How do you hugelings use these things? I guess I made a sale.
Huge. Could forge the catfish now. Obviously still want the figurehead pretty bad, but...
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
healing the seaweed. Don't really want to throw healing on the shipwreck. Mr. Pygmalion.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
An icy tropical island earlier with depth charge. Ooh. Yeah, icy trop sounds gross. So 0.2 seconds per fruit. You get a second of extra freeze per day. Lamb over jelly to start faster. That's fair. That's fair. Is the jelly doing a non-trivial amount of poison? Kind of. It's like 10% of our damage. Freeze was useful. The freeze was useful. We found the matchup.
Hi, I'm Quixel, Master Merchant or something. That's fine, don't care.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
Figurehead.
You might try JJ's shop. Real friendly guy.
A 2-second start speed up. Time of the new patch. It's probably like 12 hours. I'm not sure how long the downtime's gonna be. I may have slightly overestimated our ability to beat this fight. 1 second off.
Any way I can blame the crew for this?
1 second off.
I am not prideful. I simply acknowledge the fact of my greatness.
Don't use any weapons. This vitality's kind of cool.
Orin had a saying, power is wisdom. Something like that.
Catfish? It's back.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Okay, I've survived the shield bash. I don't know that I survive all the burn. You have a good shield. I have lifesteal though. That's pretty good. We sure did freeze that pesky Pete though.
You'll get through this and be stronger for it.
Greetings, old friend. I'm pleased to finally meet you.
I'm on the edge of the plank.
A lot of burn.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does. You leave it behind, someone else finds it. It all works out.
Ah, you've just taken the first step toward good taste. Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Nice metronome worth. Well, it's our only haste, and it's giving us all of our damage. So, one might say that metronome is our entire board right now. I feel like burn and poison are too common right now. Not really, no. I think starting burn skill is probably a little bit too strong for what it is. I don't really have any problems with poison, though. Like, poison generally feels kind of bad. Oh, right, you can't beat this fight with poison. I forgot. Whoops. That's the third PvE fight that we've lost this run.
That was barely seaworthy.
On the bright side, I don't know if I beat any of the fights that were offered. We definitely don't beat Void Golem. The other one was Property Baron. Property Baron's so scary.
Life is risk. Will you take it? At the edge of the foundation, they wait. They build.
Oh, it was Trash Juggler? Okay, we could have taken Trash Juggler. That one would have been no problem. Trash Golem? Oh, is it Trash Golem?
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my
The
share
fourth,
of
we count the
storms.
bonus dragon.
You should know.
We don't
I'm
count the
a bit of
bonus
a
dragon.
legend on Pelago.
Win the last fight if we don't play the fish. Yeah, probably. Probably. Oh no, not again. Not again. I'm being flagshipped again. Wait. Are we coming up ahead? Are we scaling? Outscaled? Actually outscaled? Insane.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Can we hit some of these upgrades that we need?
Place, right?
No. No? Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe you're not cut out for business.
Hope you
But
packed
here.
a change of clothes, because you're gonna get dirty.
Hey,
You're a natural at this.
A really good one. Okay, well, we know we beat Arkin, so let's fight Arkin.
You must not know who I am.
Nah, I think the cooldown's just too good on everything. Like, the cooldown reduction also gets you more shields from the pearls. The more your aquatics are activating, the more this activates. And this is giving more shield than the figurehead.
I will remember you.
And you're also getting the value of the item itself. If it's like a slow or turbo enchant, you're a lot more likely to put things on both sides, but the shield enchant just doesn't really do that much. Still an upgrade dead. Both of these need to upgrade as well. Is there anything from any of these merchants that matters? We're not playing Haste Potion. Rules items just kind of suck. It doesn't have any relevant aquatics. Not playing Model Ship. Look at the Mac items. Matchbox. I don't think you play Matchbox here. Pendulum. Can this board play Pendulum? Poison equal to your regeneration. If this did not have a 9-second cooldown and wasn't an aquatic item, yeah, like it's sick with Venomous Vitality. If we were hasting it, like if this was a turbo figurehead or a turbo shipwreck, we can grab it.
I would never debase my wares by haggling. Ugh. Neither wealthy nor wise, huh?
Mr. Pig.
Go ahead. Underestimate.
Yeti
me.
crab kind of Giga.
Makes this
What's
more
it better
fun.
than?
My dreams are too
You play it instead of the seaweed,
big
maybe?
for you to steal.
I'm aware of what it does. Another clam. Nah, the clam's great. The clam's speeding up our start by 2 seconds, and it's kind of a lot of slow, too.
I can see you're going places.
Dig down.
I'll be chasing you.
The Yeti Crab is probably better than Soul Ring, but we had a Shipwreck or Figurehead, never played both. Yeah, same, but we do have some extra slots because of the Metronome. Isn't really a typical setup. We're also not a buffer board. Like, we do care about our charge times more than normal aquatic boards. There's no charge loop going on here. Use gold to take it over the wing? Nah, I don't think so. I think CDR is what we want here.
I'm sorry. Cute. I'm a professor of the toxic arts.
It gets me starting haste on this. It's like a second of speed up. I look what the other things I can hit are.
I know the eastern sky.
Creeping Toxins is slightly better.
But can we get moving?
Oh, maybe not even slightly better with the clam stuck at silver. Yeah, I think we just take the starting haste.
There are so many misconceptions about poison. I'm glad you can see past them.
Exposing. Exposing Toxins isn't terrible. If you get a diamond, it's pretty good. What do I expect from monetization changes? I don't expect anything, but we'll see what happens.
It's over already. We barely got.
I know they've said they're changing some things, but no idea what they'll do. A little more burn. That's not a little more burn. That's more than double my burn.
All things in moderation.
In-game skin shop? Yeah, they've wanted the marketplace for a while. I'm not sure if that's coming with release or if that's coming down the line.
Nothing I can do about your poor child.
So there's a way to turn off idle voice lines. Yeah. I agree. Would be nice.
We're out to
9
dethrone
win
the king,
Vanessa.
not to squabble with nobodies. My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Here's we are better. Largely because of the Icy Pearl. We are fighting good matchups for this Pearl. Wait, maybe we're not better. I may have lied. That is a lot of poison. Now we're good.
My crew says at the bar.
Okay.
Another round.
Regen wins. I guess. I did not think this was gonna get that much poison on us that fast. I thought the catfish was roughly gonna keep up. I guess they had perma haste on it from the beach ball. And command ship too. Cool. Yeah, the Pearl's hard carried a couple of these fights. It has been significantly above average for small freezes.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying. Go buy something huge and then sell it to me.
The Grand Society of Master Merchants welcomes you. Your plans of buying, then
Does my voice text engine keep up with max item names? Yeah. It might not work for patch day, but it'll work within a day or two.
Come, let's release our joy and rage.
Yep, made it myself.
The Outlander way is truth. Someday you will see.
Enchant an item with Mage. These item names are difficult to pronounce. So the trick is you just have a text file that aliases things. So like DJ Robot would not ever show up normally. I just have a file that's just nicknames, and just anytime I say the words DJ and Robot, it goes to the DJ Robot file that has a 0 in its name. Or like the pig item, the Washi Wally Bird, it's just if you say bird, it pops up.
You remind me of my first voyage around the globe. Unbearably slow.
You just like hard code whatever exceptions you need. Crit Metro. I guess Crit Metro would be pretty good.
Have you ever considered becoming triangular?
Enchantment's generally pretty low impact here. Yeah. Either of them popped up now. Wait, really?
Come with no weapons, leave with.
It is not the most accurate at recognizing when you say things. Just in general. Seaweed not bad. Yeah, I kind of like the restorative right now.
Use that for the good of all.
No, I never did put the soul ring in for a PvE fight.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. If you want cheap junk, go see Curio.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw obsidian on anything, you throw it on the seaweed. I just don't know if... Oh, you can also obsidian the catfish. That was probably what I should have done.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Well. Deadly the boulder!
Land legs make you predictable. You move in straight lines.
Can't do much about that.
Aha! We could use you in the fight on Pelago.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Be back in like 2 minutes. When we get back, we will play some more. Hope you guys stick around. class rewards to claim. Need to claim those if I do. Okay. Fiery Yeti Crab, Heavy Grenade, or a Toxic Bolas. Huh. Toxic Bolas is probably the best one, but it doesn't really lend itself to doing anything cool. It's just an ammo game. Yeti just kind of sucks, though. Give chat something to talk about while I'm gone, like what's better, A or B, or a poll. Keep them distracted when I'm gone. I'm a teacher. Keeping busy is what I do. Yeah. Something like that's probably fine.
Just
I don't know.
taking the first step toward good taste. Remember, diamonds come in small.
At the same time, though, just like get up and take a walk. Shouldn't be sitting down for so long.
Shall I gift wrap it for you?
Gems are never getting reset. Your gems are your gems.
See that plank? Walk it.
5% crit for my Zorkid. Nobody's ever beating a seaweed. It is silver on day one.
Now this will inspire the crew. You should know.
Certainly
I'm
not a
bit of
Vanessa.
a legend on Pelago.
I know a lot of poison. We're fine. Someone's a responsible income gamer. Yeah. No gold skill over there.
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
Okay, we can get more burn on our crab. I'm not sure what that accomplishes. Kind of nothing. I could get more poison for the poison item that we're going to want for complementing the crab. It boils it faster.
There are greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
Could find vents, yeah. This also works with depth charge, which is probably the item that you want to play next to crab.
Discounts for peace. You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this. Your aura guided me to what you needed.
I don't know if I trust this pile to beat Rogue Scrapper. We don't keep up with their healing. And we have to come out ahead 150. Don't think we do that. Unless our burn package is a lot better than I think it is. Nah. Wouldn't have been enough.
As spineless as a jellyfish.
Rush for the Zorkid. I have money to go to middle. Take a silver item. Levels me.
Ah, place to store the rest
Grab
of
the
the
bronze
tyrant's
item. Suppose it's a playable. I hope it doesn't get hasted. The burn stack's a little worse if it gets hasted.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
We pull ahead for the longbow shots at least. Played it to the death of Matchbox and the revival of Yo-Yo. The most fun that I had playing Pig was probably last patch when both Matchbox and Yo-Yo were good. I don't know. Those two items complement each other really well. I do think Yo-Yo generally has more build directions to it, but I don't know. A lot of like the mid games around Yo-Yo involve matchboxing. Sometimes you even keep it in all game. Just like one of the fastest things to trigger a Yo-Yo.
Make deals, not war.
Is this the world we live in?
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
I suppose it is.
I can feel our energies resonating.
Yo-yo speed up the matchbox. Sometimes the other way around. Well, yo-yo doesn't directly speed up the matchbox. Sometimes you use yo-yo to make a marbles faster, which speeds up the matchbox. Yeah, no, the board had a lot of just like interchangeable pieces. The apropos chapeau being a way to both speed up matchbox and make yo-yo big and trigger yo-yo fast was a pretty cool mid-game that led to a lot of flexibility.
You know we're on an important mission, right? Overthrowing tyrants, liberation, and such?
Just 1 XP. Shield pressure is abysmal. You demand patch notes? I would appreciate patch notes. I don't know. At least we've gotten like hints of spoilers over the last few days. It's been nice having the slow trickle of like what the expansion items are, what some of the reworks are gonna be. Various Mac item reveals.
You fight like a
It's not like we're going into the patch completely blind. I think there have been a couple more Mac reveals too that we can maybe go over after this run.
Now this is health food. Literally.
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
I'll keep honing my skills. Next time, I might surprise you.
I'm going to need this.
Pick that up
Only
quickly.
Mac tomorrow? Probably.
I'm getting better at
We'll
this.
see. We'll see. Most likely. If I get an upgrade hammer, we could try to do Pearl on day 4. A little late for it, but...
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
We get patch rips from How Bizarre and Bizarre to Be. We don't need patch notes. Well, it's nice to have them beforehand so that you're not reading patch notes when you could be playing the game. At least from a content creation perspective, I would much rather have them the day before. So you can like spend the stream before just going over the patch notes. And you're not missing out on any playtime. Okay, well, both of our boards suck. I think mine is a little bit better. Gonna be for one Cove game. If it comes up, maybe. My Cove games have been horrendous. One Cthulhu game. I really want to have a Cthulhu game at some point. Every time I see the item, I just don't have a board that can support it at all.
The bazaar's a crazy place, right? Maybe I should lower my prices.
Maybe. It's a good one. It's a good one.
We will aquaform this world. Your streets will be our rivers.
I guess I don't need to haste the puffer. Could be jelly next to puffer pearl. Yeah, I've been really disappointed with icebergs this patch.
You have won my respect. A shame you will
It just feels like icebergs don't beat any of the popular late game boards.
Ah, place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
There are a lot of steps in this staircase, but it's beautiful up there.
Have my long-term slow item yet?
My food is gonna make you unstoppable.
If you find it in the sea, that means it's treasure. Scrape off the barnacles.
Labels?
Bless you. Little secret? You're the only air breather I like.
Guess I'm interested in figurehead.
I hope you use that to defeat the Tyrant King!
Join to the team.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun. My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Oh, in the match 3. I was a little more engaged by the game than I was expecting.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo.
Not enough to, like, want to play it much more, but it did some cool things that I hadn't previously seen a match 3 game do. Like, the puzzle's not just being about clearing lines, but, like, clearing specific spots. It was kind of cool. Maybe I'm a boomer for being unaware of, like, how power-ups work in those games, but once the power-up system was explained to me, it was a lot more interesting than when I thought they were random for the first 45 minutes of playing. This board does not need a catfish. Work at the docks. No money to roll with is the problem. I want to go to here to try to dupe one of these. It's the last day that I can. Well, realistically the last day that I can. I think it's like 10% bronze odds on day 6.
Look into my eyes, little mouse.
It's the intense hour of puzzle gaming. As far as sponsored streams go for mobile games, I feel like that was... It was certainly more engaging than, like, Raid Shadow Legends. It was a very interesting experience, which is more than I can say of most mobile games. What's the game called? That's a chat command. Did have a chat command. I might not have a chat command. It's called Royal Match. I don't know. I think the Stream Elements bot puts a link in chat every, like, 20 minutes or something.
I can sell you these bubbles, but my gossip is worth more. No doubt meeting me was treasure.
Brains remembered something entertaining. Yeah, I don't know. I did a raid sponsorship like 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know. That one was kind of like suffering to get through. But like the Royal Match game did some cool stuff. Like, I was kind of impressed by how clean the UI was for like all the menu stuff. It just like takes you from level to level in a way that,
but I've seen my share of storms.
like, the game flow was really good. It wasn't a lot of fiddling with menus like mobile games often are. The thing Raid does well is the game doesn't lie to you about gameplay. It shows you exactly what you're getting. I'm not gonna lie, I played Raid for 3 hours. I'm still not really sure what the gameplay is. I'm not sure that what I played could be described as a game. It's an idle loop. I feel like Cookie Clicker has more gameplay than Raid did, though. Like, there weren't even really decisions being made. Gameplay is the prep. Does, like, gameplay just not happen until you're, like, hours in and have choices to make? Granted, this was a while ago, but I feel like I remember having just, like, a set team that always went everywhere, and then you were just waiting on timers to send them from zone to zone. Like, I don't know how you even get hooked on Raid.
Come on in. Let's chat.
Like, for Royal Match, I at least get, like, the appeal of some simple match 3 game that you play when you've got a minute or two of free time. You can put it down whenever. Come back to it when convenient. It's gambling, easy to get hooked. But what are you even gambling for? Like, I vaguely get the appeal. Okay, that's a lie. I sort of understand. No, that's also not the phrasing I want to use. I am aware that there are people that get sucked into, like, Fate Grand Order because they like the characters. But, like, Raid doesn't even have characters. Like, what are you gambling for? I was trying to find the right way to phrase it. Like, Limbus Company is never a game that I could see myself getting addicted to. But like, I imagine the appeal of that is sort of the same as like Fate Grand Order, where like there's character arcs that you follow and you want to unlock the high tier versions of those characters. Turns out Gacha works if the characters in game are super mid. But why would anyone play the Gacha game with the super mid characters?
The quicker the fight.
Someone has friends that like Limbus. Yes, the characters and story. Yeah. Like, if there was any Gacha game I'd recommend, it would probably be Limbus. Probably. I don't know. We played it on stream for like 12 hours. If the gameplay wasn't so middling, like, the story was good. That has always kind of been the appeal of the Project Moon games. Not as good as Ruina, but it's getting close. Yeah, I dropped it somewhere in chapter 2. What was it, like the casino arc?
Experience is treasure. I will share mine with you. You must first defeat your doubt.
Ruina had a good English translation, yeah. I think Lobotomy Corporation eventually got a good English translation. I remember hearing people complain about it, but I don't think it was an issue when I heard about the franchise.
I paint my ship red.
Ow.
But I don't.
Get trebuchet be a real item? Yeah. There's Project Moon and there's Tight Moon. Tight Moon is Fate. Project Moon is Lobotomy Corporation, Ruina, Limbus Company. I don't take anything Thorian Mythos seriously anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Fate's Day Night was good. That's kind of the only exposure that I have to the franchise, though.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff. I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Also the moon, but just a big rock in the sky. Fate Zero is the best of the series. Yeah, I've heard that take. I just don't. I haven't kept up with it. Not gonna say that you're wrong. I read Fate's Day Night maybe 15 years ago. Damn it. Seaweed carries, I think.
At least you're no cloud top slime.
Starter skill makes you unhappy? Yeah, Healthy Hoarder is absurd. My friend, fortunately, Limbus Company is a gacha game made by a company who doesn't know how to make gacha games. I feel like you can describe something similar about all of their games. All of the Project Moon games are just games designed by people who have experience writing stories, but not game design.
Best watch the horizon, matey.
Rebirth.
I do not teach. I help you discover for yourself.
To ruin his gameplay, install the no grind mod. Yeah. I also installed the no grind mod. I don't know, I couldn't get over the UI. Just like everything about the UX felt like it trips over itself. But yeah, no grind mod is mandatory. I mean, the crab wants it, right? You gotta give the crab what it wants.
Soon I think you will be ready for Adira's training.
You have no problem with the actual fights. I mean, even the actual fights get kind of clunky. It's a lot of, like, clicking on things to see what things do, and then clicking on other things, and... It's a lot of menus to navigate through just to understand what is the current state of the game. Okay, we're not duping anything anymore. I guess I can just upgrade the orchid.
Haha. Now this.
Nope,
will
we'll be doing the
inspire
macro
crew.
builds after this run. Double dip on health. Why not? We lost this fight, so we're gonna do a 30-minute fight to get to the stuff, to do the 45-minute fight again. Yeah. The final gauntlet is brutal. I dropped the game with the final gauntlet. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Reasonable size things. Oh, I didn't want to sell that anyway.
I gave it one attempt, lost the attempt, and just watched the cutscenes on YouTube. Much better story than it was a game.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist, go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Gamer license officially revoked. I'm not even sure that this is all that hot of a take. I feel like even the people that, especially for the earlier game, Lobotomy Corporation, I feel like even the people that enjoy Lobotomy Corporation do not recommend anyone play Lobotomy Corporation.
Next time, boys. Less
Ruin is a lot
blunder,
more playable
more
than
blunder.
Lobotomy Corporation, but it also has issues. Feed the crab his cinders.
All of this is like a gift from the sea. Or something. I'm sure you sailors know how to use that.
Game is designed to be miserable. I promise you the game was not designed to be miserable. They just don't know how to design games. That's okay. That's okay. It was their first attempt. They've gotten better at it. Kind of. Opposite situation, an amazing game with a god-awful story.
Is that even in a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Amazing game, a god-awful story. Dark Souls. Don't people love the Dark Souls lore?
Space is my canvas, and time is my paint.
Oh yeah. Lore isn't a story. I mean, it's not, but like they kind of intentionally just don't have stories in that case, right?
Maybe they ate some bad gold meat.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. If you want cheap junk, go see Curio.
Lore is the supporting cast. Lore is like the world building. I have no gold.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
I should warn you.
I think the game needs a story. Yeah, that's kind of why the question doesn't make anything stand out. Like, if a game is going to go through the effort of having a story, it probably has a story that it wants to tell. Twisted Metal's your answer. Aren't Twisted Metal stories, like, kind of fun in a campy way, though? Like, they set out what they intend to do.
That was impressive.
You want to say, like, the Super Smash Bros. Games have bad stories? Like, there's something that they call a story mode. There's some kind of a narrative thread across story mode. It does a pretty bad job of connecting any of the things to the thread. Melee had a storyline-ish. Well, Melee is the one that I'm thinking of, and I would not say that it has a good story. It kind of pretends to have a story. I'm not sure why you go from fighting a bunch of tiny Yoshis to fighting Master Hand.
Crimson Storm hasn't sat in the dock this long since my father built her.
Doesn't have a story, it just has a game mode called Story. I feel like it's trying to have a story. It just doesn't explain the story very well. Like, it has an introduction, it has a finale, and it has a bunch of things in the middle. It all, like, culminates to the Master Hand fight.
People here look so vulnerable. No armor? You're so brave.
Final boss is Bowser. Giga Bowser. Wait. I get everything mixed up. I thought the Crazy Hands fight was the final boss. Oh, Master Hands Arcade. Okay, okay. Sure. I mean, same concept. The games in general, they're gameplay focused. Story, just because you... Well, just because you're not story focused doesn't mean that you can't have a good story. Like, Super Metroid has a good story. Despite being almost entirely gameplay. Yeah, the Zelda games are... Well, Zelda games go out of their way to try to have a story. But like, even just in the realm of pure gameplay games, like there are some Nintendo games that still manage to have a story while being full gameplay.
Anyone asks if you've seen old Zane, you haven't.
Little sentience loves shops, so I opened one.
That's not a
In
shipwreck.
and out, here and there, so rushed, so confused.
Does RimWorld have a story? Isn't RimWorld like Dwarf Fortress where you make your own story? And that's
I have
like
seen
the whole
realms you cannot comprehend.
appeal of the
But
game.
this place is nice. It is unwise to turn away a messenger of the Empyrean.
There's a turbo shipwreck in the reroll. I wouldn't have been able to buy
I
it.
may be young for a captain, but I've
That'd be
seen my
48
share of
gold.
storms.
Like, I'm trying to think if there's any game that was, like, ruined by the story being bad. That was how I initially took the question, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head. It's almost always the other way around. No. It was Dead Space 3. Yeah, it might be more common in, like, higher production value games. And those just don't tend to be games that I play very much of. Like, a lot of the games that I play kind of get carried by the stories.
Come with no weapons? Use them for the good of all.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does. You leave it behind, someone else finds it. It all works out.
Okay, so this is the terrifying setup that I thought we had last game, but... maybe the Fiery on Puffer lets us beat Hulking Experiment? Because I do not beat these other two. Would Golem 100%. Don't it just die to the Caltrops? Oh, yeah. Jelly's out of position.
Waste of gunpowder.
Get a first aid.
We've barely scratched the surface of the Outlands.
I don't think we need it. Add metronome. Charge another small item for 5 seconds. Wow.
Magnificent find.
Jelly's a friend. Jelly is a friend, yeah. I guess that's a little bit better than having it next to the seaweed. just playing dive weights though. Kingdom Hearts does its best to make you try to hate the game through the story. I don't know what that means.
See that plank? Walk it.
This comes out as soon as I find Shipwreck, but I'm never going to find Shipwreck, so...
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight. You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago. Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun. Defeat does not defeat me.
Good enough. Nah, Spices doesn't crit. That's just how a sniper rifle interacts with Spices. The Spices looks at the current number, adds that to the sniper rifle, and the sniper rifle recalculates its damage. Same idea as the interaction between, like, cooldown items and feathers.
Any female, any species. For me, it's too easy. Try scrounging the scrap fields.
Ah, the Shipwreck.
Might be more your lithic markets, just trade boulders. This is more fun.
Still not a Shipwreck. AI to show us the items. It's using a voice recognition model. Yeah. I guess if you want to call it an AI, you could do that, but is energy pop better than crab here? Energy pot with 1 ammo. I don't know. The freezes are kind of nice. Every 5 seconds it freezes something, gets me a bunch more damage.
More fights, sooner champion! Sweaty. This is our bad place.
Snowflake me, please. Nope. Let's see what it is.
I'm not judging you. I'm evaluating you. I've got you.
I don't hate it. I'll sustain on the pearl. We're never cutting the pearl. May end up being a thing.
Feel our energies resonating.
I'm Not you pick this around. We're only getting 2 more XP out of it anyway, long term. Pretty bad odds at Shipwreck. The Yeti Crab upgrade is good. Dive Weights upgrade is good. Get little value on our health.
Feeds body and soul.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies. My fight isn't with you, but if you insist...
The Deadly Iceberg. Oh my. I'm gonna get got.
Like my crew
Or not.
says at the bar, another round!
Oh. Guess this thing is very slow. You lost with 2 shiny matchboxes because you went up against a lifesteal eel with trained and slow and steady. Sick. Lazy afternoons. Is cute.
Right. Back to business. Maybe I can resell this to my employees.
I guess I'm not buying this. I am never playing this energy potion, right? Or just never playing this energy potion. Doesn't really fit on the board.
Nothing I can do.
Burn poison crits should the same as regular damage crits. Yeah, the visuals a bit lacking. We could look for Shipwreck again. Honestly, healing on our Scaling Pearl is kind of cool. I think we just do that. Isle enchant. If I don't think I care that much about getting more healing on Seaweed. If we'd already had the restorative on the Pearl, I'd be down to enchant the island. But like this has no haste. It only gets hasted from the dive weights. We beat this guy, right?
Pathetic, as spineless as a jellyfish.
Yataria? The dunes? Where shall we start?
That'd be so cool if it fit on the board. I am better than heal. Probably true. The reward strike resets in like 12 hours. You gotta. It doesn't work, does it? I can't cut Dive Weight's clam for it. Yeti Crab is the whole reason you want to play it. I'm pretty sure we need the double jelly. It's not like Shipwreck lets us play it either.
Oh, a break. I don't take those myself.
It's better than clam and jelly. So what, you would have every time Puffer activates, you get 1 haste. Sounds good even without crab. No, the reason we want this is because it scales our poison damage.
Hey, you're a natural at this.
Dive Weights upgrade. Crab upgrade. Upgrade the crab.
You have great potential. Let me train you. I do not teach guides. I teach mastery over it.
Or multicasts.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Easy fight. Where's my potion now? I actually don't even know if you play the potion on this board. Dive Weights are just kind of better. Like, Dive Weights is a bunch of activations for more jellyfish hastes. It activates Pearl more.
How do you hugelings use these things?
The clam is making our start a little bit faster.
Midsworth says I'm bad at this, but I just want the huge thing.
Yeah, I would not recommend picking Enchanted Item on any character. If your goal is to win, pick gold skill or income.
Food is life.
Would be good on Mac. I'd be surprised.
Containers for it.
Income good compared to gold skill. I think it's justifiable on Pig. I think it's worse on the other characters.
I have 50 worlds to rule. I have no time for this.
I don't like take his gold skill options. He has some good hits. He does have a lot of bad hits, though. And he just gets a little bit more out of the gold than the other characters do. Shield would have double dipped. Heal plus shield. Yeah. I guess that's fair. I was more just thinking that this is already scaling from the improvised protection, so just pick the one that gives me some value when this gets frozen.
Cast aside your deathstruments! I feel like that decision comes from a negative...
It's a pretty minor pick either way, though.
Nightshade sells poisons, but does he understand them?
A lot of damage. 52% crit chance.
It is my pleasure to
Scales the burn,
educate
too.
you in the toxic arts.
Micro optimization. It's just you're optimizing for different things. Do you make the Pearl a little better when it's activating, or do you just make your overall board a little bit better when the Pearl gets frozen? Like, what are you worried about?
Oh, I understand.
Hamlet over Clam? No, I think I kind of like the slows. It makes my start a bit faster, too.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies. I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Whoa. We're good.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Crit scaling. I think I'm more worried about what happens in the first 5 seconds of the fight than how strong we are at 15 seconds into the fight. Like, we already scale pretty aggressively, but the Clam makes our start a bit faster and helps us not die before we get our scaling going. The Amulet just makes our scaling kick in a bit faster.
All of this is just training. Our real fight is on Pelago.
Sometimes you don't need the shipwreck. Dive weights helps so much. This item is so good. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. And then when we get back, we will check out the new items added to the max spreadsheet. Hope you guys stick around. Okay. First 4 items from Mountain Pass. Rip. Okay. The Tome of the... Yahan? What? What does 2 Ys next to each other sound like? The Tome. At the start of each day, when you transform a reagent, gain 5 regeneration. Yahan? Okay. Tome has been nerfed to only on transformation. Is that not what it says? Wait. Oh. Oh, this is supposed to say or. So it's just when you transform a reagent, gain 5 regen. Okay. So more things to stack up regen for... Where is it? Where is it? Wait, not that thing? Which one is it? There's something that scales crazy off of your regen. This thing. Item to the left of this has burn equal to your regen. Item to the right of this has poison equal to your regen. Kind of cool if this starts at gold, too. So, like, you get value out of regen early on as the defensive layer, and then as the regen falls off as a defensive layer, you, turn it into damage with secret formula. When does the patch come out? Probably, like, 12-ish hours. I don't really know how long the downtime is going to be. What the fuck? Bottled tornado? Why does everyone get crazy about that? Yeah, it's a cool item. A cool item. It's a Shark Ray trigger with Jellyfish again. The Shark Ray trigger with Jellyfish again. Shark Ray always gets buffed when Jellyfish gains haste. Gain 3 regen for the fight. When you haste, slow, poison, or burn, charge this 1 second. At the start of each day, get a reagent. So a power drill for regen. On a 6-second cooldown, but it's a bit larger. And it's giving you regen instead of something that's good. Most likely just picking this up to put on your bench for reagents daily, but... I don't know, anything with the power drill text is kind of interesting. Always? Yeah, it's always... As far as I'm aware, it's always been whenever anything is hasted. It might have changed at some point months ago, but it's been in its current form for a while. Alembic. At the start of each hour, transform the small item to the left of this into a random potion. When you buy this, get 3 small reagents. Do the reagents sell for anything? Yes. Wait, no. Sometimes. Usually? You will usually profit for cycling this? Turn chocolates into potions? Yes. Cool econ, I guess. You've got things that don't do anything. Does this interact with potion launcher? Is this only when in combat? Yeah, this is only in combat that it gains damage. At the start of each hour, transform the small item to the left of this into a random potion. That's a lot of looks at small potions. Value of the original chocolate? Well, the potions sell for something where chocolate doesn't. So if you take bronze chocolate, instead of getting 50 life, you can get 5 gold. And, like, maybe play some of the potions if you care about that. Oh, yeah, you could also get gold potions. That's true. Huh. You also get the 3 reagents that you can transform as well. And they're going to be silver, I imagine. So in 3 hours, this prints out 3 silver potions if you buy it at silver. Need a gold alembic for that? No, they've said the way transform works is you keep enchantments, you keep rarity, you keep size. So if you transform a gold item, you get a gold item. If you transform an enchanted gold item, you get a gold item with that same enchantment. Finding potions. Finding small potions, at least. Seems like it's really easy to get dupes of Infinity Potion, too. I remember the first day we were talking about Mac items, Infinity Potion looked like it was going to be cool to have. Just like a 3-second cooldown item that keeps activating with the ability to potentially crit. Looked like it was going to matter for some stuff. I feel like this has not come up much since the first day, though. And like Viper Cane with a bunch of potions. Infinite Potions, the Alchemist Susie. Yeah. Second item that triggers every relevant keyword for Mac. Yeah. I didn't scroll up all the way. Aladel. This has +1 multicast for each adjacent potion or reagent. That one seems a lot worse than the one that gives other things multicast. 7-second cooldown. Have we seen anything that makes this go crazy? You can get 7-second cooldown, multicast 3. Launchable cost. My understanding is it's just going to cost the same as a regular hero unlock, so 2,500 gems. But they haven't really said much of anything. Mothmeal. 5-second cooldown, slow 1 item for 1 second. When this is transformed, enchant it with heavy if able. That's scary. Spoilers for Dually? Yeah, we went over them a couple days ago. If you go to the Dually pack tab here. So, if you get heavy on an Infinity Potion, that's probably pretty sick. Another item like this. Have we seen another item like this? You might. And if you just have this, like, you can keep transforming this over and over again with the Olympic, right? Until you find the Infinity Potion. There's a toxic one, too. Okay. Huh. Oh, it's what Hemlock does now. Okay. So have we seen any small items that really look like they'll make use of the enchants? Heavy Haste Potion is really good. It slows their whole board for 2 seconds, right? Some cool builds I've theory crafted. Not especially. It's hard to theory craft builds without, like, feeling what the pools feel like. Because so much of the builds that are good come down to how easy it is to find certain things. Yeah, like, this with heavy gives you probably, I would imagine, a 1 second slow every 3 seconds. Not incredible. This thing starts at bronze. Also a 3 second cooldown. This thing becomes really easy to find, too, with all the transforms. There haven't been a bunch of ways to reload things, right? Like, there's this at medium, reloads an item. There's the large item that reloads all of your things. But there's no, like, powder flask for 1 slot to keep this thing going. Got the dagger. The dagger's just plus ammo, right? The dagger's cannonball. Quests will be reset. I believe they said quests are going to be reset, yeah. Oh, this thing gives restorative. I wonder if there's one of these for every enchant, then. No, probably just the ones that he has good synergy with. Yeah, there's no way there's an obsidian one. That would be way too crazy. Ranks have a reset. I believe they're resetting ranks. What are you linking? What? Just the images that we're looking at? There's 20 chests unopened. No. The chests are going to be different. There's going to be a new set of chests. The way it works now is chests are... It's determined what you get in the chests when you get the chests. There's no point in holding them. But Season 1 is going to have new chests with different rewards. Yeah, yeah. Huh. They bonked Soul Ring? Again? Or it's just the items that... Have these been confirmed to still be in their same form? We still don't have any of the skill info. New cosmetics available outside of the chests. Huh. It doesn't seem to have enough slows to make Femur amazing. Mac has the easiest access to heavy enchants. So I think it's hard to make that claim. Because of this. But yeah, there's not a lot of slows built into his items. He does have that one potion that slows, what, 3 things? But yeah, I mean, look at Pig with Giant Ice Club. Like, Pig also doesn't have a lot of freezes, but it really just takes 1 or 2 enablers to make it good. Sleep Potion is 1 for 6 or something. Is it? Sleeping Potion. Oh, it is. It's just a really long duration. Fair enough. Well. Yeah, no, interesting reveals. It's going to be weird having so much access to early enchants. Makes these really hard to evaluate, too, because we don't know how the Mac items are going to enchant. You also have, like, so little control over what these are turning into. The transform is classless? Oh. Oh, this character is gonna be weird. Flashbang is Stell's item? Yes. It's chaos mode, but also don't a lot of his items have really high cooldowns? Yeah, I mean, if you look at the overall item pool of all of the characters, I feel like they all have a lot of high cooldown items. You just don't think about those items as much because they're not the ones that get played. Like, he's got a good amount of, like, 4 and 5 second cooldowns as well. Some of the really high cooldown items don't really care about activating. They're just there for passive bonuses. Got a lot of things that charge. Like, this isn't really an 8 second cooldown item. This thing's not really meant to be played. Probably has a higher proportion of low cooldown items, actually. If you ignore the ones that are, like, you're putting them in for passives or not intending to play. Because your regen's kind of meh. Regen's pretty good through the early and mid game. Like, even now, regen's a pretty good defensive layer with the amount that you're getting for the first, like, 6 or 7 days. And I think the idea with regen on Mac is that after a certain point, you don't really care about it as a defensive layer as much. You more have it to fuel things like Secret Formula. Like, you eventually turn all of that regen that you used for defense into your damage. And then you're either all in on damage, or you get defense from something else, like Invulnerability Potion. Hey, Prey. Defensive build's probably going to be CC and Invul. Yeah. I don't know, other than Enchants, he really doesn't have access to that much slow or that much freeze. Sapphire in the item pool is kind of cool. 9 second cooldown, though. This is what, 6 in live right now? Yeah. Ugh. Upgrades. Yeah, Sapphire hits multi. But 9 second cooldown. Yikes. Influenced by people discussing Memento Mori meme dream. Are people discussing Memento Mori meme dream? Is Memento Mori just like Life Preserver? Probably worse than Life Preserver. I don't think we've seen anything that makes Memento Mori interesting. Stack all of them with Sandstorm Potion. Are there multiple with the same effect? A lot of regen. It's pretty good against bonk builds. I mean, if you have 1,000 regen, at the end of the second, you have 1,000 life. I don't know. Just feels like you're basically playing a life preserver. Bottled tornado and sustain through it. Yeah, I'm sure it's something that people are gonna try. It seems a little too dirtily. I'm not sure that you have the defensive layers to take advantage of Sandstorm Potion, from what I've seen. Vulnerability Potion, Staff of the Moose, and Memento Mori. I should just control F. What am I doing? That didn't work. Oh yeah, this thing's sweet. This thing's sweet. The damage scaling from the staff. Another way to turn the regen into damage. I knew there was another one of these. I don't know, it's just like if you have a lot of regen, I still don't want to play Momentum Warrior. I'd rather just have another weapon and, you know, kill them. And kill this guy on day 3 with a Moose Staff, 30ish regen. Yeah, it's... This item seems absurd in the mid-game. It starts at silver, it's just like a super figurehead. It's probably not that hard to have 20-ish regen base, and then at half-life you get an extra 25 damage on everything. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I do wonder how much of it's going to lean on that, and how much of that is just going to be like reloading Invulnerability Potion and trying to reduce its cooldown as much as you can. Because like if this at Diamond gives you 2 seconds of invulnerability, if you have it perma-hasted, you have 1/5 uptime. Two-fifths uptime? Math. You're like almost halfway. Yeah, you can multicast it with... Well, assuming that it stacks. We don't know that it stacks. But you can multicast it with this thing. Adjacent potions have +1 multicast. Then you've got 4/5 uptime. You're just like a few insect wings away. 1 sec invuln to damage does not stack. Well, there goes that plan. Never mind. Rarish mentioned it, but it does not stack. Yeah, the full invulnerability might not be a comp then. Why have it not stack? Probably because it's kind of lame to just have invulnerability potion activate and then no longer ever take damage. Setup might be a bit too easy. Seconds needs haste and super squishy to slow. Yeah. Seems unplayable. I wouldn't go that far, but I would agree that it's probably not very good. Depends how easy it is to assemble. Like, with just a package that takes up, like, half your board. Yeah, we also don't know the skills. True. Yeah, like if you're using your whole board to get full damage and vulnerability, that's probably pretty bad. But if it takes up 5 slots on the board and you get to just like play either a damage package or a CC package in the other half, I could see it being annoying. And by not letting it stack, you just remove the possibility of boards like that existing. Or at least reliable boards like that existing. You beat DJ Robot with a lot of damage. Kill them before they kill you. So what are the comps that I am most interested in playing? Obviously, the early regen into like Formula or Mustaf sounds really strong. Some weird like pseudo crow's nest runic potion board. Not sure what the carry item for this wants to be. Could just be the runic blade, even though it already has lifesteal. The Giga Crane just sounds so silly. If you can solve cooldown on this, oh my. Moose seems crazy for multi-weapon nonsense. Pendulum a Mac item? I believe it is. Yes. Blade being gold seems hard to assemble. Yeah. It's like Flamethrower. Probably not something that you're expecting to get every game, but when you see it, it gives you a late game pivot. Oh. There's another one of these, but for mediums. Huh. There's 2 of these for mediums. I feel like I just missed this line of text on a whole bunch of cards when I was going over these the first time. Are there more of these? How much enchant access does this character have? Control F for transformed. Okay, I think we got them all this time. Palanquin seems super promising. Palanquin's sweet. I've only had one game where I've played it currently. But, Instead of it giving you lifesteal, it gives you a knife tricks. Get to reduce the cooldown of your infinity potions. Just like keep critting with them. And then as you keep critting with them, you buff up your runic blade a bunch. Sounds really bad. I don't know, knife tricks always seems like one of those luxury things. Like, it's really cool when you have it to be able to win long fights, but that's not usually the problem that you need to solve. Like, inevitability is nice, but you kind of want to kill your opponent before inevitability matters. Pendulum, Palanquin, Big Crit Sword. Reloading pot. Pendulum doesn't give crit anymore. Use pot to charge the sword. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying, you still gotta solve for the potion getting crit. Pendulum's not doing that on its own. Viper Cane seems kind of cool. A few ways to scale damage on it. This thing just gets a random enchant. Time for the patch be live. Probably in like 12 hours. I'm not sure. I don't think they said in the Discord yet when downtime is going to be. Or how long downtime is going to be for. Usually downtime would start 9 hours from now. 10 hours from now. Something like that. I'm not sure how long downtime normally lasts. I've never not announced a patch, so panic. I don't know. They haven't really been consistent about anything. This has been the first patch where we've had like a bunch of trickled spoilers. For the previous patch, they didn't say that they were patching explicitly for the first time. They just called it maintenance and then gave us a patch anyway. Yeah, I'm usually sleeping during server downtime. Can't connect to EU at the moment. Nope, we get the patch at the same time. You're probably just getting EU servered. It happens from time to time. Is anybody panicking in the Discord? No, it says the EU server's live. Oh, wait. Someone asked did the EU just go down. And more trickles. Yeah, there were a couple. There's 4 new ones today. 5 new ones today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're playing on EU and you're still connected. Oh, never mind. You know how the servers work? Yeah, the regions are different. EU has consistently had worse servers than the rest of the world. I'll never question when I pick up holsters again. Wait, have you been questioning when I pick up holsters? Like... Let's play some more games. Let's play some more games. No, you still face EU players. The matchmaking is worldwide. It's just your connection to the server depends on your region. Maybe.
Smart shoppers buy vintage.
Haha! Now this will inspire the crew.
For easy was fixed, you've been trying to get a double matchbox turtle shell game, but you haven't managed it. Hard to force items from other characters. Yeah. Holsters would be good here. A lot higher on late game holsters than early game holsters. I do bench a lot of early holsters just to make sure that I have them. Caliper is an item yet? I think it is. Does it pop up in the overlay when I say calipers?
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Oh wait, is it not called calipers? I think there's a stealth item that I thought was called calipers. Squeezer is not calipers. Oh, well.
Size dilutes the brain.
Shows what I know.
Mind is highly concentrated. Remember, diamonds come in small boxes. Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Stell, yeah. I'm not sure what the order for the other two characters is supposed to be. They said the whole time we're getting Mac first. I don't know if they ever said what the order on the following two are going to be. Oh. Two more items. No, I mean, the items in game are mostly Just whatever they implemented for various PvE fights. I wouldn't read into that very much. No toy, no friend, no food.
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
I mean,
I spent half
if we
my
start
life
with the shielded
mastering
amulet,
that
we
thing.
may as well, right?
Like 9 years.
You say old.
Silencer here.
I say thoroughly tested. If you want mint condition, you're at the wrong shop.
Getting out of this. Goes to 5.6. Would honing steal it? Now that I can take the hard fight. See what this looks like. I don't think this is the board that I submit for the player fight. I think Bottle Tinder with a problem with stuff like Memento Mori? No, it doesn't even sound strong at all. I'm not sure where the concern's coming from.
It's over already. We barely got our flags up.
First XP.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying. I guess I made a sale. I only sell things so I can buy things. Huge things.
Let's just play it.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Yeah. Old skills are really good. I wish I had one of those.
Ah, place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Wars are won with gold, they say.
Just toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Small item Dooley wants to 3D print. The one that sounded funniest was fiber optics.
The sparks! They're everywhere!
We should have the shield pressure for this. Running Sapphires does sound kind of funny. They would all buff each other. Really slow, but definitely funny.
Whew, seeing spots here.
Come on in. Let's chat.
So, what is this build doing? I have this Vanessa's amulet for crit. I kind of have nothing going on. I have rigged, but other than that, I have no direction in my skills. I have a silver silencer. Kind of the only item on my board.
Hey, take your time.
Waiting
I'm
for
in no
Cthulhu.
hurry.
I don't even have any Cthulhu items. Baited by shielded amulet. Look, if you're not gonna build around your starting enchanted item, why are you even picking started enchanted item?
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
This might be bad with no haste. Well, I know this board beats it, so...
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Give you junk to get out of it ASAP. If you're gonna do that, why are you ever clicking on enchanted item? Like, it's gonna give you junk most of the time.
Turn the lights off when you leave.
Yeah, and that's why we're in unranked. And hard forcing whatever cool enchanted items we get. Maybe we'll learn something.
If you're not ready for my training, I'm not sure where else to send you. You picked that up quickly. Maybe I'm getting better at this.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with
Improvised
nobody.
shielding and a bunch of piranhas. Maybe. Sometimes you double crit. Wasn't scared for a second.
We take pride in our restorations.
Honing steel upgrade.
Come on, it's just dust.
Why is my bronze items? Basically a JJ. I can sell him this thing too.
I love this company. I love the the company's owner.
Whoa.
If you buy one more, I might get promoted. No pressure, though.
Nice.
There's no need to keep living. I can do that for you.
We're playing a real board. That's what the game gave us. What do you want me to do? I have a shielded Vanessa's amulet. What did you think this was gonna turn into?
Hey!
I mean, we could pivot into it. It could happen.
When you're ready, I'm here for you.
Ammo. Yeah, we have an ammo item. We have the best ammo item.
There are a lot of steps in this staircase, but it's beautiful up there.
Goggles gives some crit with haste. Yeah, kinda. What is it, 4% every time it gets hasted? Get the good pelts. We needed that. This isn't gonna give me Swashbuckle yet. Maybe Captain's Wheel. I care about Captain's Wheel when I have dive weights.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Radiant Matchbox. Gold Radiant Matchbox. You don't appear to have the damage. I don't know if one weapon Vanessa this patch at all. I almost never play one weapon Vanessa. I've had some success playing Langshan.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
I'm just your guide. The beasties are your teachers.
I have gold. Let's try to do better. That's better.
Remember, this is their world. Tread lightly.
Ooh.
Well, howdy.
Slow and haste duration, both great here. Of course, get neither of them. Can roll this. Let's take the 20
Well,
life.
you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
We get a slow duration. A little bit of damage, too. The grenade around for blacklisting value.
Hooey! Now that's a bargain. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
Back to having no money.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
The good thing they're playing this Tusk Helm. This fight would be really scary if they weren't playing the Tusk Helm. Does the game hand you one weapon and have to collect pieces that are only good for one weapon? I mean, you buy Silencer because it's good, and then when you've got no other direction, you pick up the Cutlass, and all of a sudden you're wanting to pick up a Crow's Nest. It happens. Day 5 we can still find B1, B2, right? I want the haste.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Just close your eyes and grab something. Warms my rusty circuits to
Haste.
see that find a home.
Hey look, 22 gold. You think they're gonna fix the crypto bug this patch? You think this will finally be the patch where crypto does what it says it does? The bug? It's only supposed to go up to 20.
That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you. Warms my rusty circuits to see that find a home.
20 plus the base cost. At the start of each hour, set this item's value to a number between 0 and 10.
Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
23 gold crypto once. Yep. Mac updates in like 12-ish hours. It'll be live. I don't have the damage for you. Eight hours and a half. Are you counting the downtime? If you ever go negative gold from crypto, I know it used to brick your run. You like couldn't advance the hours at all. I don't know if they ever fixed that.
Waste of gunpowder.
Cast aside your deathstruments!
Never seen negative value. I've only seen it happen with gold in crypto.
I feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
Don't have a docs item.
Life is urgent. Hurry up!
I think so. Dive weights ammo. Could do here for speed. Mixed message is good. Pretty unlikely to see mixed message on day 6.
Hello, friend. Can I remote update in progress? Interruption will be. Many students have not returned. I worry my training was inadequate.
Triple silencer sniper crow's nest. Sick.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist, you should know I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Correct. There is no matchmaking. It is just based on the current day. If you're on day 9, you will fight someone that is also on day 9.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo in me.
More silencers on a thing, it becomes quiet. I mean, yeah. I mean, that makes sense, right? Like, there's less sound coming out of it, so you chain on another silencer, so that one muffles the sound a bit more. You just keep chaining them. Things get quieter.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it.
Why when you put them next to each other? So, silencer just cares about you having exactly one weapon for the cooldown reduction. You'll only get the damage bonus for the first silencer, the one that's right next to the weapon, but you'll get the cooldown from all of them, as long as you're only playing one weapon. Like, similarly, I can put the silencer over here, and I still have the cooldown bonus. Same times as normal.
All my weapons have been tested in battle. Have you?
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation. Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
Like, I default to day 9 as a random day. Saying that there's no matchmaking and it gives you mild whiplash every time. I'm not gonna say that I don't do it intentionally. Give the damage.
Avast, featherless worm!
I may have been wrong about how much damage we had. Nah, we're good. Rank if you win all the blue thingies? No, I think 4 wins you break even. 7 wins you get +1, and 10 wins you get +3 or +2. I think. Is it +3 for? I actually have no idea how the rank system works. I think it's +2. Does it perfect give you 3? Or is it perfect the same?
You can learn a lot from nature.
Perfect still giving 3 a few patches ago? Okay. Take some more haste. Not the best mountain passes. It's also true that if you make your silencer out of gold or silver... Oh, I wasn't ready for the lore question, my bad.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Bronze would be better. Well, I don't know. Bronze would be... I feel like bronze wouldn't absorb the sound as well as gold, but gold would be less durable. Any materials engineers in chat? Materials engineers in chat don't often get times to shine, but this is your time to shine.
You've just taken the first step toward... You want to buy that? I mean...
Once you're found.
Excellent choice.
The perfect one is defined by having 20 or more prestige. Get a diamond run, losing a fight with Arkan's ring, get you over 20 prestige, get a diamond run. Yeah, I don't know, it's just not a big deal either way.
You're huge! Do you have any huge items?
I agree that it's a bit weird, but it's not like Diamond Victory means anything. Doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything.
That's fine, don't care.
I think the forces in a silencer are enough to cause gold to bend super quickly. I mean, just over repeated uses, right? You would think those forces would add up over time to deform it, and it would stop being functional. Stall for the crits. I mean, it only has 20% crit chance. It doesn't get crit chance from the crow's nest. Synergy! Synergy! Screamer enchant. It is probably the best enchant you can get. That's a cool one. Sort of the big upgrades. Static is cool. Rigged is good. Deny is fine. Gunner is okay. I'm taking the static acceleration. Really worried about my crit chance. Much as I want to go to Curio, I have no money. As long as we can kill this fight. Oh my. Can kill the fight.
Is that even a battle?
You get the heart.
Maybe a skirmish.
I guess we can make that work. Drop clam, but it's so good.
Now, I'll tell you your weakness. That's for me to sell to your enemies.
Progress. Getting closer to cutting the crow's nest. Dragonheart do double the burn of an item for the fight. When you burn, it charges. This is only 20% crit. I just did this. It's almost the same amount of crit.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with.
How am I
nobody.
griefing my dive weights?
Go ahead, underestimate me.
I wasn't
It
thinking
makes
about
this
them.
more fun.
Nah, we're good. We're good. Wait. That is charging way more than
Like
2.
Drew says at the bar. Another round.
Okay, let me... Who's ready for an adventure, chat? Let's go on an adventure. How is Dragonheart currently bugged? Oh, is it just Neophilia? Really? Did all of them land on the Dragonheart? When any of these items are used, all cards on your board, it is a burn. Charge up to charge targets
Crew's
among
getting
this
restless.
card or charge
They're
amount.
loyal to me, but I don't know about.
Charge targets should be self. And it is just 2 seconds. Neo procs an instance of burn. This triggers twice, so it gives 4 seconds each trigger. Yeah, but it was looking way faster than that. Oh, wait. When any of these cards applies burn, charge self. Does it double charge off of burn?
We don't move soon. I'll lead the mutiny myself.
Watch again. We can watch again. It looks like it just double charges off of burn items. they copy pasted the ability. The burn tag. Yeah, but it's just the first time. Like, we're getting 8 seconds of charge when Cutlass activates. Yeah, it's just bugged. Sometimes the bug works in your favor. We a bug abuse stream? Always. Look, if the bugs are going to abuse us sometimes, we're going to also abuse the bugs. It's only fair. I want to slow this down. We could go for more bug abuse. What's the bug? The passive on this, it activates twice when you apply a burn. If you look at Bizarre DB, the ability's there twice. But every time this activates, it charges the Dragon Heart 8 seconds.
See that plank? Walk it.
Sail, no sail.
Bug for Oasis. If you have Oasis, Guardian, Skill, and Tropical Island, you get to stack a billion regen. I'm not as sure how that one works.
If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
And I don't think so. You really just want to play the one burn item, right? So that it keeps doubling the same thing over and over again. And you can't silencer to speed up the vents. This is a bit faster. Very Bizarre DB or Halbazar. I like Halbazar for just like quick searches. Bizarre DB has a little bit more in-depth information.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
I use both. Usually if I'm just like looking up what the pool of a merchant is or what the pools of various skill vendors are, I just go to Halbazar. But if I want to see like the details of how an item works, you're only getting that on Bizarre DB.
I feel like you're not being fully present with me.
Is it even worth? You already perma-haste? Well, it's 20% more crit, and I don't have crit solved yet. More crit also gives me more crit chance.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of
Oh, this is an
swords.
aquatic too, right? I should put
My
the...
fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
I have weights on the other side. We're gonna move these over.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
Crit gives more crit chance. I mean, it like compounds is what I'm trying to say. I'm excited about the new hero drop. Yeah, we're gonna play a bunch. Looking forward to it. New content's always cool.
You have great potential. Let me train.
% crit chance. The silencer. 5% crit. I mean, that's basically gumball rate, right?
Inspire the crew.
The problem you need solved. We're not even upgrading the amulet. We will soon. That's probably our level 16 upgrade, if we don't feel like upgrading the clam.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
People think the body powers the mind, but it's the other way around.
Charge 1 item. This gets me starting haste. Let's take the starting haste.
Don't travel from point A to B. Just
Starting
be
haste
there.
carries to the first activation. Seems good. Damage. Not guaranteed. I have the rigged, which chases 2 things, but it might not land on the cutlass.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Yikes! Well, we got pretty lucky there.